Recently, I've talked a lot about the fact that I think that Rell support should not be viewed as a tank and should not be itemized as a tank anymore, since the midscope update. I have more or less explained why I feel that way, but I wanted to make a video entirely focused around that and maybe go into a bit more detail why exactly I'm under that impression. Some might ask themselves how the change of a single ability can shift a champion's role just like that. But thinking about it, Rell has never really been a tank in the first place. Rell players tried to make her a tank, and from time to time she did indeed feel like a tank. But really what Rell had was, let's call it fake tankiness. That's probably not the real term for it, but I would just call it like that in this video. Let me explain. It's comparable to what the item Sonias Hourglass gives you. The holder of Sonias is by no means a tank, but being able to enter Sonia's stasis does give the champion survivability or fake tankiness, which in the most cases can be even more effective than actual tank stats. That's by the way the reason why every engaged support used to buy Sonias, because it made it more likely for you to get out a second rotation of your spells than any tank item would be able to. And Rell's kit also gives you that fake tankiness, but not by making you invincible or anything, but by making the enemies not be able to hit you. I mean, it only makes sense. If the enemies are AoE CC'd and one-shot by your team, how are they supposed to kill or even damage you, right? In these situations, you might feel like a tank, but really you just hit a nice combo and your tank stats didn't do anything there. And now think about it. Both pre and post rework Rell are designed to play for exactly these big combos. Yes, the new Rell is not only about that anymore, but Rell in her core essence is still an all-in combo champion that either hits massive combos and is useful, or doesn't hit it and becomes useless real quick. Why does she need tankiness then? You either hit your combos and you hopefully win from that, making tank stats completely redundant, or you miss the combo or you die regardless of how tanky you are. And even if you don't play around those combos, that makes tank stats even less useful. So why buy tankiness in the first place if it doesn't make a difference? Yeah, I ask myself the same thing. That's why at the moment Shurelias is my mythic of choice. Into utility support items. If I happen to buy an item that some might consider a tank item, I do it mainly for the effect it has, like Knight's Vow or maybe even Abyssal Mask. I don't really care about the magic resist armor or health they give me, because they don't really make a difference. Honestly, I should have played Rell like that even before the midscope update, because it really wasn't a different situation back then. But Rell needed an update for me to realize that Rell really should be played or itemized less like a Leona or Nautilus, but more like a Rakan or a Bard, focusing at disrupting the enemies or baiting out their abilities, punishing mispositioning with her insane movement speed, and just being a big nuisance for the enemies overall, instead of frontlining and tanking damage. Full Tilt just makes this kind of playstyle even better. This of course doesn't require you to buy Shurelias, since even Shroud's damage amplifier is very good, making it as good as a purchase. I personally just think that Shurelias complements my personal playstyle the most. That is how I feel about Rell right now anyways. And if you prefer to play a tanky and it works for you, that's also totally fine. Don't let the random guy on the internet stop you from playing the way you want to play. But that's it gonna be for this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.